Alright, so if you saw the wheeling video where I took this off-road for the first time on the East Coast, you'll see that I broke it and I have some trail damage, particularly a brake problem. So I finally got some time. I'm going to pull this apart and see what's going on and fix this for good so I can get this back out of the garage. So there's how we kept the caliper from compressing while I was driving off the trail. Shoved a bunch of rocks in there. I'm gonna have to compress this back so I can get those rocks out. There's one that's one that's loose. One, two. Whatever you can do to get off the trail. Okay, so right there you can kind of see the problem. It's a broken bolt. I can spin it by hand, so it's not like it's going to be... Actually, I can spin it right out right now. So, what I'm pretty sure happened is this caliper bolt fell out at some point because I didn't do a bolt check very well. I've actually never checked these bolts before after I torqued them when I put them on the last time. And once that bolt fell out, this caliper started rocking back and forth on the knuckle, and this bolt got, the caliper got wedged between the wheel Yeah, right here you can see the caliper got wedged between the wheel and the top of the knuckle, the steering and all that, and it was binding up, and the wheel would turn a little and then it would bang and it would spin, and we couldn't, for a little while, we could not figure out what was happening. And then I think it was Steven or Nathan, one of them, saw that the caliper was rocking. So as we pulled over to the side to get off the trail, it did it again. It bound up one more time and went bang, and I'm pretty sure that's when this bolt sheared, because all that force was going onto these bolts. So I'm just inspecting everything. It looks like this upper ball joint, or this upper C right here, took an impact. There's some old grease there. I thought it might have split this boot, but it looks like it's okay. It definitely pushed some grease out at some point though. The front of this tie rod end, that definitely got chewed up a little. I don't remember the caliper going all the way around, but it might have, because this is definitely chewed right here, the top of this. This one looks okay. Same thing, just pushed out grease. These boots don't look like they're in very good shape, but they are still solid. The threads for the caliper, they are intact, so I think we're going to be okay there. I do have some more bolts somewhere, but since I have the WJ knuckles, there's a 1/4 inch spacer that's supposed to be right here, on the caliper bolts where it mounts to the knuckle, and those 1/4 inch spacers are gone, so I'm gonna have to find some replacements. Okay, so somewhere in here are some spare bolts that I need. I'm sure they're in the very bottom. I need to get a better storage method for this kind of stuff. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna be here all day. Aha! Here they are. Found them. These bolts are M12, 125 by 45. And I had to order these bolts through McMaster-Carr back when I did this WJ swap. I couldn't find this bolt locally, and I had to order them in a pack of 8, so, or a pack of 10 or something. Oh yeah, I had to order them in a pack of 10, so I have 6 spares. Now I'll have 4 spares. Well, there we go. So I just need to find some 1/4 inch spacers now. I think I took the driver's side off too, just so I could look at everything over there. Those bolts are still tight, but I think I'm going to pull them out and at least put some red Loctite on them. Okay, so the threads are good on both bolt holes in the caliper. I'll definitely red Loctite them. There we go. Goodness gracious. Well, this one's in good shape at least. So here's that spacer. Literally just a 1/4 inch thick piece of plate or whatever with a hole drilled in it. This kit is originally from Iron Rock Off-Road, this kit that I'm using to adapt the WJ brakes. So I don't know if they got these off the shelf somewhere or if they made these themselves. So I'll take some measurements and see if I can find something, or I'll just carry it to the hardware store with me. That might be better. See if I can find something to use, and if not, I'll see if I can order just some spacers from Iron Rock or something. So, all right. Okay, so it's been a few weeks. Went on vacation. It was great. Now I'm back. And I was debating what I wanted to do for these little spacers, these 1/4 inch spacers. Iron Rock sells these for like $4 each. Then they want $20 in shipping plus tax and everything. So just out of principle, I'm not paying $30 for 2 little spacers. So I have a bunch of washers here, and I'm just gonna make a spacer. So these are 1/4 inch fender washers, and 5 of them stacked together is basically exactly a 1/4 inch. So what I'm gonna do is bolt these together, put a bolt in the middle, bolt these together. I'll go around the outside and weld them. They are zinc, they're not stainless steel, so I can weld them. Don't breathe zinc fumes. And the outside diameter is a little less than this, the actual spacer. So with the weld on the outside, it should be just about right. Then I'll take the bolt out and drill a 1/2 inch hole in the middle, and I'll have another spacer for like 50 cents instead of $15. A little bit more cleanup, and I think we're gonna be good to go. Got a new grinder. I'm gonna try out my first battery grinder. Yep, it grinds. I like the rapid stop, it's cool. Ooh, that is hot. It's not perfectly pretty, but it's gonna do just fine. Alright, so my homemade spacers are not as pretty as the real spacer, but these are 50 cent, like I said, and they're so close to the original that I don't think you're ever gonna know. So I'm gonna let those cool off. I'll put a little bit of paint on them, and then we're gonna reassemble. Alright, I'm ready to reassemble. So I took the driver's side apart as well to get this spacer out of the driver's side and make sure everything I was doing over here would match. And I'm gonna take, this is the bottom spacer from the driver's side. I'm gonna use this on the top side, top of the passenger side, and then use one of my homemade spacers on the bottom on this side and on the driver's side. So basically each side will have one professionally made spacer and then my homemade spacer. I don't think it really matters, but at least it'll be even both sides. And this time when I reassemble, I'm going to use a lot of this. Now it's on there. These get torqued to 80 foot-pounds. So those have a ton of red Loctite on them. And they're torqued to 80 foot-pounds. So I'm also going to put a mark on those, on the bolt head, and a matching mark on the knuckle there. That way I can just quickly glance at it every time I do a bolt check and know if that's coming undone. Well, my paint pen malfunctioned, but I do have a couple lines on there that I can reference. One's a grease marker and one's a paint pen, so. Alright, let's put the caliper on. Every time I mess with these WJ brakes, I'm just reminded of how much better of a design this is than the stock YJ, XJ, TJ brakes. The dual piston floating caliper is the way to go. Alright, and then these go to 30 foot-pounds, which I was very close to, as it turns out. And that is a repaired WJ brake on my YJ. Let's put the wheels on. Get out of here. Okay, it is back on all four, finally. It's really late. I'm gonna go get some sleep, get a shower and get some sleep, and then I'll take it for a test drive tomorrow. All right, I forgot to record an outro, but the Jeep is fine. So it's running and driving and steering and stopping, everything like it's supposed to. So finally done with that. I'm gonna work on some seats next, and hopefully one more time this year we'll go off-road again to Uwari or somewhere. But we don't have any plans right now. So I'm gonna start on some seats pretty soon and get ready to swap those in. Here's my new seats. They've just been in the back of the Jeep. I've been driving around like this for a while. So get new seats in, get a harness bar in, and get some harnesses.